Okay, real talk. I have 30 backyard chickens in New Jersey in a suburban property. Yep, I got 30. And at first, I'll either get two reactions. One, sheer shock that I have 30 chickens in our backyard, and two, amazement. And they want to get started too. So let's break down the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm sharing everything that I think is amazing and awful about keeping 30 backyard chickens so that it might be something that either interests you or deters you. Now, whether you have one or two chickens, you're thinking about getting chickens, or you're just thinking about expanding your coop, let's talk about it today. I'm Danielle from the Garden Next Door, and we're talking chickens. Okay, let's start off with the pros, and obvious one is the fresh eggs. Real fresh chicken eggs are in no comparison to what you can get at a grocery store. They are just completely different eggs. First off, the yolk is going to be a completely different shade. Even if you get organic eggs from the grocery stores, they can often be around 6 months old. So when you're getting a fresh egg straight from coop to table, it's completely different. And I honestly have eggs in almost all of my meals at the home. I also haven't bought eggs in years since we've gotten chickens. Although our chickens do not lay all year long, they usually do stop in the winter seasons. We'll get a pretty large amount of eggs, and because grocery stores can keep them for 6 months, that means that you can too. It just matters how you're keeping them. Now, a fresh egg, once you get it from the coop, it has a bloom around it, which really protects the egg. So if you're just taking the egg out, this is going to last you a pretty long time. But the second you wash the bloom off, so if you do rinse this off in, you want to do like a lukewarm water, it can still take the bloom off, and then you will need to stick this in the fridge. But otherwise, you could just take an egg straight from coop and put it out on your countertop, and it'll last a pretty good amount of time. It's going to last longest if you take it out, stick it straight in the fridge. It's going to last months that way. If you do wash it, it's not going to last as long, but you need to make sure that you're refrigerating it after. Sometimes eggs get a little poopy, so you do have to wash them, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Now, with 30 chickens, that means that I get an abundant amount of eggs. I'm getting anywhere from around 20 to 25 eggs per day, which is a lot of eggs. And we do a lot of things with them. We do cook a lot of our meals with them. We save them, so we'll put them in our fridge, and that will help us last through some of the winter months when they're not laying. And we also sell a large portion of our eggs at our farm stand to friends, neighbors, and people interested. We sell a dozen eggs at around $5 to $6 per dozen, depending on what the market's like at that time. You also get pretty cool colored eggs. You're not usually going to find a blue egg in a grocery store. The second pro is actually going into the coop a little bit. Now, inside of our coop, we do a deep litter method, which means that we're filling up with wood shavings and compostable material like leaves inside of our coop, so we don't actually have to clean it that often. And then I'm just moving it around every week. I have a little hoe here that I use. And what this does is, first off, it makes it so that I don't have to clean it every single week or very often. And if I do clean it, I usually will go in with some Branch Basics, which is a clean, non-toxic cleaning material, and I'll just kind of spray different things that I need. But otherwise, we're primarily composting in our chicken coop. And what's really great about this is you can then use these composted materials, because all of this is biodegradable, natural items, a lot of browns and greens, and we can then put it into our compost heap, let it cool off for a couple months. Usually I'll take it out about in the spring every year. I'll empty this out, and from there I then have compost that I can use in my garden for next year. So it does require like a 6-month cooling period, just because you are having a lot of chicken droppings in there, and the mixture of ammonium and different materials is not the best for plants and for you to be eating straight from them. So we do a nice cool off period. Pro number 3 is not super quantifiable, but it's actually the fact that the chickens create a really great learning lesson for our family. If it's nice weather or I'm home all day, we're gonna be outside, then I will let our chickens free range for the day. This lets them just really get at nice buggies, get some vitamin D, and get a full different range of insects and vegetation, weeds, grass that they can munch on for the day. And some of these small activities of letting out the chickens, letting them in at night, feeding them, watering them are great lessons for kids. The great lessons for the family in responsibilities, in learning where your food comes from. We actually have our kids go in every afternoon when they get home from daycare, and we will let them get the eggs out. I've let my kids practice cracking their own eggs. We talk about washing our hands around them, and there's a lot of great lessons that you can teach your family when you raise chickens. It's also pretty cool to have chickens just roaming around your backyard. Now, they will leave a lot of poop if they do free range, but the ability to just have them in your backyard and the happiness that it brings to watch them walking around and just have a fun animal that is basically like a mini feathery dinosaur walking around in your backyard is pretty darn cool. Now, along with all of the pros, there does come quite a bit of cons, and we're going to break them down because they can be the make or break of whether you actually want chickens. We're inside our outdoor run, and one con with chickens is when you do get them, although we love to free range our chickens, we do have a pretty large outdoor run. And the reason that we have this is because predators can come from any direction. We have hawks and birds that will come down from the sky that have come and tried to get our chickens. We've had fox, raccoons, weasels, rats, literally any animal that you can think of, and not because I would have never thought that rats would have gotten our chickens. They're going to come for your chickens, especially in the colder months. So creating a nice big contained run is really great. We got this run from Tractor Supply, and I'll link it down below. It's Producer's Pride, and we just kind of latched on multiple into the setup, and I'll walk down so you can see just how big this setup really is. And we just kind of expanded it and made it our own. We have our own shade cloth in sections and waterproofing in sections, so there's areas that can stay dry and protected from the really sunny days in the summer and then snow in the winter. So we've kind of configured it a few ways, and we have some decorations in here. But this is really important in protecting the flock. And with the building out of this, that means that there's a lot of expenses that actually go into getting chickens. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, you basically have free eggs, but the cost that it got you to get there is enormous, and you're going to need to get a lot of eggs. Now, a single chicken, when you buy them, you can get them for like $2 to $10 if you want like a really beautiful chicken. And sometimes you can even, we hatched our own this year out of our own eggs. So the chicken is the cheapest parts. The more expensive parts are, one, it's going to be the coop investment. Now, we built our own, but it still comes around to like probably $500 to $1,000. Still going to probably be the most significant aspect. And then we do have our large outdoor run. You can build your own with wood and wiring, but that means that it's not going to last as long as something like this metal or steel setup that we have here. And then you have to worry about feed. With 30 chickens, we get around one $20 bag of feed every 2 weeks we go through. Probably we do let our chickens free range a lot, and I do give them a lot of compost scraps, but that does add up. So if you're thinking you're spending around $40 a month on feed, are you making that back in eggs? With 30 chickens, we're selling a lot of our eggs, so we are able to really net out and then get free eggs. But something to think about if you're thinking about getting chickens is they're really not that cheap. They could be more expensive than buying eggs. They're a bit bougie. Now, this is our outdoor run, and mind you, we do fill it up with a lot of mulch, and we do compost some of our kitchen scraps in here for them to peck at. But chickens poop all the time, and 30 chickens means poop multiplied. Now, if you do let your chickens free range, the one downside is you're going to poop wherever you let them free range. We have a pretty fenced in area, so they don't really go outside of our 4-foot fence, which is kind of wild, but they stay contained. And the reason we do keep them in here is because they were going on our patio and pooping on our patio, and then you're walking outside straight into poop, and it's not so great. With the poo and the smell, it brings lots of flies, so something to think about. Make sure that you're situating your coop not super close to your house because you're gonna have flies. And you can mitigate it. There's different fly traps that we've tried, but honestly, in the heat of summer, when there's poop and compost and just craziness going on, it's really hard to contain and something that you're just gonna have to learn to live with. Another con is that when you're raising chickens, it also means that you need to care for your chickens every day. And the daily routines can be something that's exciting and exhilarating, something you look for, but it can also mean that you need to plan around it when you go on vacations. Now, we've come up with pretty large automated systems. Right here is our trash can watering system. We have a nipple system down here, and then we basically fill up this whole thing with water, which has really helped cut down on a lot of our daily tasks, especially in the summer when they're drinking a lot of water. You also then need to make sure that you are feeding your chickens. Again, we came up with systems. Animals are going to try to get your chicken feed, so you need to make sure to lock it up. Animals like mice, rats, snakes, and I use these Run Chicken automated feeder systems. They close and open dependent on the sun, and they're just really easy to use. Without automated systems like our feeder, our watering system, we also have an automatic door, which if you want to go on any vacations and own chickens, you need automations. Otherwise, we couldn't go anywhere. And I'd say with our automations built up right now, we can go anywhere for like a week. And we do have someone that stays and watches our dogs. It's an automatic door that opens and closes based on the sunlight. So this closes up, protects them at night. If you do have a door, then you need to actually go in and open and close it in the morning and night. This is a $100 investment, and it's going to save you so much time and energy, and it just makes your whole chicken coop run way more seamlessly. One item that I don't think anybody talks about is you start to grow in love with your chickens, and you can't imagine life without them. Similar to any other pet that you'll have in your house, you grow connections with the different ones. Now, we actually decided to get different types of breeds of chickens, and each one has their own characteristic and personality, and some are skittish and like to be alone. And when you have a chicken that you're hanging out with all the day, and you're going outside every day, and they're peeking, saying hi to you, they follow me around when I'm outside in the different sections that I'm going and doing gardening or lawn work, then it's really exciting. Now, these are some pros and cons to keeping chickens. We absolutely love them. I couldn't imagine not having chickens at this point because we've had them for so long. Maybe you don't need 30, but we're doing great with them. It's helped create more eggs that we can use in our house than we could ever use. So we get to sell them at our farm stand and actually generate some income based on these, which is pretty nice. And they're really fun. They're teaching our kids some lessons. They're creating compost, but there are some downsides that you got to think about before you get chickens. Do you want chickens? Comment down below if it's something that you're thinking of. And I'm going to be doing so much more chicken content this year. So stay tuned, like, and follow, and I'll see you again next time.